Come on, come on. Come on, come on! Yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Greetings, and prepare for the amazing. What you will see is great racing. They got skills from front to back. These lobbies are stacked. Enjoy the racing at its best. Battles waged from first to last. The action is wall to wall. We will cover it all. Here we go. Yeah, we're all here to be entertained. These drivers go hard and not restrained. Cheer for your favorite, you will not regret the spectacle you watch. You will never forget. Come on. Enjoy the racing at its best. Battles waged from first to last. The action is wall to wall. We will cover it all. Here we go. Enjoy the racing at its best. Battles waged from first to last. The action is wall to wall. Fast Ginger covers it all. Here we go. Shake it. Come on, come on. Come on, come on!
When it's time to get rid of that painful friction, reach for the natural slick stuff you want, and put some hawk to lubrication on that thing.
If you want to stomp your competition into the ground, there's only one drink for you. Blue Moose Energy Drink! It'll give you hooves!
Hello and welcome to Fast Ginger's channel here, giving you live coverage of Signal 13 Racing Streetcar Showdown. Today we are at the Grand Valley Highway 1 in reverse, and the Streetcar Showdown is, as it says, streetcars, and they are at a performance point of 550, and you are able to tune, take weight off, add power, add wings and downforce and all that good stuff until you get to the performance point of 550. And so far this series, the Ferrari Testarossa seems to be the car to have, and then the second car to have would be the Subaru, and we got a Porsche and a Honda S2000, the mighty Volvo wagon thrown in there, a Nissan 180 I believe it is. So that is what we have here today, and we'll get in here to the live stream. Got some cars out here on the track, but we have not started any type of qualifying yet. So we got Matt there in the Nissan today. JDM Snob here in an MR2. That's the first sign of an MR2. And it looks like it has a Solo Cup livery today. Rotten Kraut is in the Porsche, of course. Ray Brago here in a Subaru. Don P, I believe, is also in a Subaru. Jim Shady here in a Ferrari Testarossa, as you can see from the steering wheel, and I believe this English Andy is I can't tell him. I can't remember if he's got that STI there on his tachometer, so that would be a Subaru. J-Mac here in a Cosworth Ford Escort. SBR also in a Subaru. And looks like we are getting ready to go to qualifying here on the shores of California on the Pacific Highway. We got them heading out on the highway. Got their motors running as the song goes. So we have 10 minutes of qualifying here. See who is out here. There we go. English Andy is the first one out on the track in the Subaru. And that's the Sex is the Breakfast of Champions logo on the side of that. I believe that was on James Hunt's car back in the day. And if I can remember right, English Andy does wear the James Hunt retro helmet paint job there. And he's got the Seeketh or Skeeth or Sketh, or the name of the Formula One. That was their little bear that they had on their mascot as their Formula One team back in the day. So definitely big, huge James Hunt fan there. And here, that's a tricky section of the course right there, going the other direction, but it's kind of tame going this way. And then this is a lot easier to get through this corner this direction than it is the other, for sure. And just snaking your way up the hill here. Up into turn 17, and then this is turn 18. This is what the track layout looks like right here. He's right there in the 18th spot right now, heading down the front high. It's a little corner here, but it is not numbered, and that's the beginning of the pits there. So this is the front straight start finish. Turn 1 is inside the tunnel here, so we've got English Andy here on the first flying lap. He had a pretty good race last time. Flat out through turn 1. Turn 2 should be close to flat out, and then turn 3 will be dicey, and then heavy braking here into turn 4. And then into 5, and into 6. This is a tight little section through here. And we're heading in here into the tunnel section here, into 11. Heading into 12 and 13. It's almost one corner, but it's two. It's like here's 12, and it melds into turn 13. Well, that's 12, and then 13 kind of snakes it back over there. And then it goes underneath the little tunnel section here, which I think it's just it's a tunnel to keep from rock slides happening into the roadway there. And heavy braking into 14. Or no, we're not in 14 yet. I'm all confused. I think that's 10 and 11 here. I've got it all screwed up, don't I? Okay, so here we go. Now we're up into 14, heading back up the hill here. Yeah, there we go. So that's 15. Going through here, 15, 16, 17, top of the hill into 18. Let's just get this off here. There we go. So English Andy here still on the first of the laps, and it's a pretty long lap, so 2 minutes and some change. And here we go, across the top finish line, 2:04. Let's see, the Volvo will be the second one to go across the finish line here. TP Chevy here crossing the line at a 2:07. Don P here in the Subaru, getting ready to come across next. And that will put him still in third place. J-Mac coming across fourth, jumps up a position. JDM Snob here in the MR2. Jumping up to second place. SBR has a penalty, so that will not count. The Don P here. Let's see here. Where's Rotten Kraut coming across? How does he do? Jumps up to fourth place. J-Mac with a half-second penalty, and this will not count. Ray Barago here coming across. And he posts a time, the seventh fastest. Master Plumber here in the Mazda RX-7. Here we go. Here's Matt in the Nissan heading up the hill, getting ready to complete his flying lap. Somebody just going across the line there. Not sure who that was. We'll find him. There it is. It was Jim Shady coming up across the line and putting the car on pole position. So that's very nice. All right, here comes Matt in his first flying lap. See how he can do. And across the line he goes, and he is in. Still 11th place. Okay, so here we go. Here we got some people coming up the hill here to start some final laps. Don P with more penalties. See J Mac, and he's definitely on a better lap here than that 2:12. That ought to jump him up a few positions. Moves him up to fifth. Rotten Kraut just moved down to seventh. He was higher than that, so somebody up top. Jim Shady still on the lead. English Andy with 3.5 seconds, so he's got a penalty from coming out of the pits and a track limit penalty. SBR has jumped up to third place, so that is who pushed Rotten Kraut down. JDM Snob here is SBR's frantically trying to get around him. I think that was enough to mess up his lap. They're both kind of closing in on Don P here. SBR making that turn. JDM Snob. Oh, a little drift action, a little smoke show. JDM Snob there got a little panicked from the spinning and all the smoke and was afraid he was going to hit him. I'm assuming he was trying not to be involved in an accident there. Alright, I'm trying to get some of this stuff rearranged here. Get my keyboard in a better position where I can actually see the numbers. Okay, here we go. I think this will work. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we've got watching JDM Snob. Jim Shady is still circulating with the pole position. English Andy here still in second place. No penalties going on here. SBR getting ready to cross the line. Looks like he may be increasing his time here. He did better himself. He's in second place. See, Matt has jumped up to fourth place. A good showing there from Matt, making some headway. All right, let's see here. TP Chevy here in 7th place. Roddenkraut getting ready to go across the line. Can he improve? He did make an improvement on his lap time. He's up to 8th place. JDM Snob doing the wide out and or late apex there. Don P has come into the pits. Don Barago here in 10th. Master Plumber here 11th place in the Mazda. He's got the flashers on. Are we done with this qualifying effort here? Looks like we might be. Let's see if Jim Shady is in the pits. Final lap it's calling for here on SBR. Let's see. Oh, Matt has come through. He has finished his lap. J Mac. Here comes TP Chevy for his final lap. See if he can improve on his 206. 204, 206, 207. So he does not improve. Matt's done. J Mac getting ready to come across here. It's going to be close. Slight improvement, 5th place. SBR with a penalty will not have a... I think that was... No, that was... I think everybody's done for now. There we go. English Andy comes across to take the checkered flag. Matt's done. J-Mac's done. JDM Snob's done. Chevy's done. Don P's done. Ray Barago. He seems to be still on a flyer here. He must have taken it right before the time. See if he can improve on his 10th position. All right, here he comes across. He's out of turn 18 down to the front stretch, going past the pit entrance in the Burgundy Subaru. Coming close to the flag stand to take the checkered flag. And across he goes with no improvement. So there we go. We are done with our final qualifying for this streetcar challenge. This is where we are at Streetcar Showdown, Grand Valley Highway 1 reverse. We will have a 40-minute race. And I will not be participating in the F-Type Jaguar GR3 for this race because it would be illegal. So there you have it. We only have one Ferrari in the field this time. I think the past 2 races we've had up to 3 Ferrari test races. Right now it looks like we are on a Subaru Impreza heavy lobby. Well, no. Well, yeah. 1, 2, there's got 4 or 5 of those. Testarossa. Yeah, I was trying to use my mouse to click on the... There we go. So Jim Shady here with a 204. SBR with a 204 as well. English Andy with a 204. Matt 205. Almost a 204. J Mac 204. JDM Snob 205. TP Chevy 206. Roddenkraut with a 209. And then Don P 211. Ray Brago 212. And Master Plumber with a 213. So that's your grid for the race here. Let's see if we can see what settings we have. So we've got custom weather evening. So it should be getting cooler temperatures. Fuel consumption ×2. Tire wear ×6. So that could be the fly in the ointment for this race. Would be tire degradation. Fuel does not appear to be a problem with this race, so it will be a tire saving race if that's what you want to do, or burn those mothers down and change early and change often. So we will check out and see what tires people have. Required is sport softs, but after that you can run whatever you want. This track might be, it's pretty hard on tires because you've got that first set of turns. Look at this. So turn 1, very fast. That will wear out your tires. 2 and 3 will also kind of punish them as well. Then you've got the sharp corners of 4, 5, and 6. Those will really put some wear on it. I mean, the whole track will put some hurting on your tires. 15, 16, 17 aren't too bad. 18 is a little bit longer. You do have the acceleration point out of it. Let's see, I'm trying to think of any of your any really overtaking spots. Maybe slipstream in turn 1, but not likely. Looks like we're getting ready to start here, so need to get off here or get my hands on the controllers here so that we can get to where we need to be. So there's our live stream. Get into spectate. Oops, wrong button. 0, then replay options, display all. There we go. We have everybody here. So we will start here on the front car, and then we will see what happens. Not much should happen into turn 1. This should be pretty tame going into turn 1. Jim Shady is taking the lead. SBR's got a good acceleration, pulling in behind. Jim Shady trying to get a little bit of tire heat. See if everybody gets through here safe and sound. Looks like everybody is through. Jumping back up here to turn 1. Anybody gonna make any moves here? Looks like everybody's safely through there. Okay, everybody's safely through the tunnel. Here we go. This is the first place. Here it looks like we've got maybe a position here. 5th place. It's JDM Snob going to make a move. SBR and English Andy there all trying to close in on that Testarossa and the curvy bits. Okay, Jim Shady still in the lead. It's quite the battle there for the front. Rottenkraut making a move on down P, but didn't get it made. Jim Shady jumping out a little bit there, SBR. Then they close in on this corner. SBR's got a nice tight. English Andy's in there pretty tight too. A little nudge there, push him forward to get back towards that front. That Testarossa has the straight line speed compared to those Subarus. J-Mac looking on the inside of Matt. Can he make it? He cannot. Back to the front. Jim Shady still in the lead with SBR in second. English Andy in third. Both kind of dropping JDM Snob a little bit. He must be lacking a little bit of high-end, top-end speed. Jim Shady does not lack any high speed. Here we go. So let's start at the front here. We'll see what happens here into this turn. SBR closing in tight and fast. A little squirrely exit there, so that kind of hindered his forward progress. JDM Snob making up a little bit of room there. Looks like he's got some... Matt there has closed in on him a little bit. No. Chevy's trying to hang on to that top split there. All right, so let's once we get back on the front stretch, we will go through the entire field here. We still have a little bit of a battle going on in the front here. We're getting ready to go through some twisty bits, and that's where SBR shines compared to that Ferrari. The Subaru definitely better at these cornering, the technical bits. And then the Ferrari stretches its legs on the straight stretch here. You can see SBR definitely getting a better turn into that corner. And then Jim Shady's got the acceleration or got the top speed going up the hill. English Andy's dropped off a little bit. JDM Snob and Matt is being harassed by J-Mac now. Can he make it into turn 18? Is he going to make an attempt? He's taking the tighter line, but he did not get a better runoff. So let's run through here. Uh-oh, here we go. Jim Shady. SBR is right into that slipstream. Is he going to get it done through here? You see him getting a little bit of slide. English Andy getting a little wide there too. Let's see if anything can happen through here. This is prime Subaru's place. Shady got a little out of shape there and lost some time. SBR was able to take advantage of that and stay right on him. But then we get onto this long straight stretch on this bridge, and then the Ferrari can stretch it out a little bit. So Jim Shady's in first, SBR in second place. Get a little drift action going. That's not going to be any good for his tire wear, that's for sure. Jim Shady in third, JDM Snob fourth, Matt fifth, J-Mac sixth, TP Chevy in seventh. Then we got Rotten Kraut coming across here in 8th place. Don P here in 9th. Ray Brago in 10th. And then Master Plumber here in 11th place. Everybody's still on the same lap and relatively close. Sometimes these races get a little bit spread out, but I think with the way people have these cars tuned, each of them have advantages over others in some places and disadvantages in others. So it kind of evens out. So you got some faster in a straight line and some faster through the corners, through the technical bits. And that's what we get to see here. We get to see Jim Shady having to put on the binders a little early compared to SBR and that Subaru. And then he can get through that corner. Definitely pivots and turns a little sharper through that corner, and he can get a better exit. Still within the slipstream of that Ferrari going down the front stretch. Looks like everybody, though, is about a second from each other. The JDM Snob in the Solo Cup. All right, so here we are. So let's look at everybody's tires. We have Sport Softs, and they are somewhere. Fuel does not look like it's any kind of a concern. 7 minutes into the race. And then we've got SBR here with same kind of tire use. English Andy's a little bit better on tire wear. JDM Snob, you can see those back tires are worse for that mid-engine car. Then we've got Matt here and Offs in good tire with the half-second penalty for track limits. J-Mac, tires looking pretty decent. That Volvo has been pretty amazing on tires, so that's impressive. And then we've got the Porsche, which is looking pretty good so far. Don P with some excessive front tire wear, which is unusual. So he's got the balance of that car set up to where that front end is definitely taking a beating here. So there we go. Got Ray here. His rear tires, his front tires are really bad too compared to the back. So Subarus must be something to do with the Subaru with the weight distribution or something like that. So, and Master Plumber here. A little heavier front tire use, but still looking pretty good. Here we are. We've got SBR right on the rear bumper of that Ferrari down that front stretch. I don't know if he's looking for a way through or just kind of settled in there for somebody's been through there and wiped out all the brake markers there. So far, we've got a pretty clean race as far as accidents go and such. Got a few penalties here that people need to take. Quite a few of them for some reason on this lap. Maybe those tires are starting to show their age. Jim Shady was able to get out a little bit more of a lead there, get a half second on SBR, but SBR is sticking close. See what he can do coming up through here into this heavy braking zone right here. This corner going the other direction right here, this set right through here, very difficult to get right because you're coming downhill into that section through there. It's at a great bit of speed, and then the camber is weird, and it's just like you're going from one road to a new road. So it's all just kind of cumbersome and just kind of fall all over yourself and where to get the braking and where to coast and how to get through there and then not get a penalty for the track limits. And we got Jim Shady still in the lead. SBR is going to get right on his bumper again through the draft going down through this front stretch. You can see him closing in. Not as close as he was last lap, but he is closing in nonetheless. Nobody's cleared off those signs yet. Let's run through here, see if anybody else has any battles going on. This one looks like a little closer here between J-Mac and Chevy. So we are here on the Pacific coast of California. Little bump on the sidewall there. That'll slow you down a little bit. Chevy drop back a little bit because of that. Is SBR going to have a go at him anytime soon? Is he just kind of chilling out back there? The right front is looking worse than the left front for SBR, and he's definitely, he's on the inside. Can he make it happen? He did not. I don't think he wanted to push too hard, or he pushed out into the side of Jim Shady, so kind of let that one go so he wouldn't create any problems. Here we go. Or is he going to make a move into turn 18 or no? Doesn't look like it. Nope. Got a little bit of runoff there. He's closing in on the back of Jim Shady, going to the front stretch. Not close enough to make any kind of move yet. We'll stick here and see what happens here in the next few corners. Definitely got the race of the day going on here with these two. Coming across the bridge. The heavy braking zone right here. he gets really close. He kind of showed his nose on the inside, but there's no place to go through there. That's a hard place to make a pass unless somebody makes a mistake. His next place to make a pass would be possibly here, but he's going to get a big enough run to where he can't get through. Oops, sorry about that. So we going through here, through this little section here. He's got another heavy braking zone right through here after this little tunnel. So maybe his next opportunity will be after this corner going up the hill, if he can get a good run on it and outbrake him going into the sharp turn 14 at the top of the hill here. But I don't believe he's close enough to be able to make any kind of a move. The back end definitely wanting to swap around on him from the looks of it there. He is close. Can he do anything going into 18? I don't believe so. He really hasn't ever been close enough to make any kind of an attempt at the top of the hill. 14 minutes into this race. Got another 26, I believe. And here we go. Oh, he makes a mistake. He got clobbered the wall there. That's going to slow him down. Did he get any? He did not get any damage from it. It was enough of a hit. All it did was just kind of slow him down. English Andy here. So we got a little battle here between JDM Snob and Matt. JDM kind of weaving, trying to break that slipstream in the Solo Cup Special. Here they come into. That would be turn 4, 5, and 6. That's there. So here we come through it, across the bridge onto turn 7. There we are. Everybody with half a second penalty here going into turn 7 and 8. Jumping back up here to see if anything's going on with our top two as they exit turn 11, 12, and then 13 up the hill to 14. There we go. So here we go. He made a mistake the last time coming out of 18. Lost a little bit of time there, but was able to get it back. And Matt looking towards the inside of JDM as they go up the hill. 16 and 17. Matt's closing in, but I don't believe he's going to make a move here. Can he get anything done on the front stretch? Both of them with a really good exit there. I think the penalty zone is on the long straight stretch bridge after that tunnel, so they've got half a lap to get until they get to the penalty serving zone. Oh, SBR goes a little bit wide there. Oh, he caught the dirt there, and that's going to be hard to stop with that. But he got away with it. So little front end damage. After a few moments, that damage will go away. And there it goes. But it did no favors to that front right tire. He's going to have to think about a pit stop in the next few laps, I would say. Jim Shady's looking pretty good with his tire wear. SBR SBR is looking a little rougher for wear there. English Andy's looking pretty good. JDM Snob. Could use some new tires. Matt also could use some new tires. So I think we're all well within. Run Crowd's tires look pretty good. Don P's are looking kind of rough. Master Plumber, not dropped off all the way, but he's staying right there with Don P. So those two are together. I mean, even if you're not winning the race, it's at least fun when there's somebody in front of you to race. So we'll stick with these two for a little bit. Master Plumber here looking. Ray Barago going a little wide. Master Plumber could have a chance. Looking to the inside. Headlight popped up. Are we getting into a little bit of darkness here? Putting him at a little bit of aero disadvantage. Ray Barago getting a little slower there. Master Plumber closing in on the back of him. Looking to the inside, trying to make a pass, but not there. Ray Barago gets a good drive off that corner. 15 into 16 and 17. Master Plumber here. Hello, Ginger Lord. Yeah, I like that, the Solo Cup JDM livery. Looking pretty good. See what we got going on up front here. Jim Shady still in the lead. SBR was able to make up that little bit of distance from his miscues. But he is also looking at a pit stop soon, which will promote English Andy up into second place. Matt here in fourth. J-Mac fifth. We have a little incident with that JDM Snob. We probably missed it. Probably can't see what happened. Nope, so we missed something. JDM Snob had a miscue somewhere. Matt was able to take advantage and get fourth place all to his lonesome. J-Mac here in the Ford Cosworth. And looks like we do have SBR going into the pits as we suspected. English Andy has moved up. Matt will forego going into the pits. J-Mac is looking to go into... Is he? He's not going to go into the pits. I think he missed the pit entrance. Oh, GDM Snob has got a heck of a run there on Chevy. Did Chevy make a mistake coming out of that corner? No, he did not. It was just a good run. So SBR has come out of the pits into 7th place behind this fight for 5th and 6th. He's on much newer tires, so he should be able to dispense of these two pretty quickly, I'd say, into the next corner. So we'll stick with this little group here. See if SBR can get through the traffic. Getting a little move on him, getting a little push. There he goes. He's moving to the inside. But that MR2 definitely has some speed in it. Started to pull away there, but then SBR with the fresher tires was able to make that pass. Getting a little drifty there behind the big old Volvo. Punching a massive hole through the wind there. If you're in the market for a slightly used and damaged and abused Volvo, please contact TP Chevy. A little bit of rust. Some glass needs replaced. It's got a fresh door from a orange Volvo wagon. So at least you got that, which is nice. Jim Shady here in first place. It looks like he is going to dip into the pits. English Andy is going to stay out for another turn. See what Matt does. Looks like he's getting close to possibly wanting to pit too, but he'll probably go through another lap here. J-Mac maybe going through for another lap as well. SBR. Is he going to get ahead of Jim Shady? Here comes Jim Shady. He is coming out. And is he going to be behind SBR? He is. So SBR with the undercut. Comes back out into... Oh no, Jim Shady a little on cold tires. Got it wrong there. JDM Snob and Chevy get to come through. So we're getting a little feisty there in the Testarossa. English Andy here out in the lead now. Matt in second place. SBR has gone around J-Mac. Getting a little horn action there. SBR getting a little drifty. Little initial D action there. J-Mac sounding the horn of his people. SBR showing off there. Little slidey slide. Alright, let's see what happens. What we're going to do with English Andy here. Let's go back here, see what's going on. JDM Snob. So Jim Shady has gotten back around Chevy up into 6th place. English Andy here coming through 18. Is he going to continue through this lap here? Look at his lap times have gone from 2:04s and 5s down to 2:06s. So he goes through again. So let's see here. Matt is in the 2:06 range as well. And then let's see what SBR is doing. SBR is doing... got rid of that big thing in the middle of the road there. As we see J-Mac going into the pits. So a 2:03. So he's definitely got the speed going on. JDM, or J-Mac and JDM Snob are both into the pits. So English Andy is up into first place without... He has not been into the pits yet. Matt has not been in the pits yet. SBR would be the leader once those two decide to go into the pits. And Jim Shady is in second place. He was your leader, but SBR got a undercut and got the lead on him. And then Jim Shady made a mistake there at his first lap out. So that dropped him back a little bit further. So there you go. So then TP Chevy here in 5th place. I believe he has not been into the pits yet. J-Mac just coming out of the pits. As is JDM Snob. Rotten Kraut has not. He has been in the pits as well. Don P is in the pits right at the moment. And Ray Barago has been into the pits. And Master Plumber has been in the pits as well and has a half-second penalty. So English Andy and Matt, I believe, are the only two that have not in TP Chevy. So English Andy here still pushing it out, but he's almost in the 2:07s. So that would be 4 seconds slower than SBR's laps. So he's not doing himself any good service staying out here. So I think it's time to get into the pits, get some new tires, maybe a little dash of fuel. But he does stay out. It's one of those things, you're in the lead, you don't like giving it up, but I think he's going to drop out of that top 3. He was in 3rd place. So there's Matt. So he's 10 seconds ahead of Matt. And SBR is 2 seconds back from that. So Jim Shady, I think he will fall in behind Jim Shady. Okay, TP Chevy just went into the pits. So let's see how long that will take. Does it have a timer on that? So let's see here. So he's going across the line there. It's a 2:27 and he was running 2:08. So that's almost roughly 20 seconds. So anybody within 20 seconds. So there's 9, 10, 15. So he will fall back into fourth place when English Andy does decide to go into the pit stop. So he will lose a spot. But then Matt hasn't. No, so Matt hasn't gone into the pits yet either. So he might fall back into fourth, though. Still, it'll be probably him in third, and then Matt will probably be in fourth. So I think he'll drop in fourth place, but he'll be further back than he was when all this pit stop started. So here we go into turn 18 for the 14th time for English Andy. And see if he comes to the left or if he stays right. And he stays right, and he's coming into the pits. And we will see if that is a penalty or not. I'm not sure where the penalty line is for the pit entrance. So we'll find out when he comes out of the pits. So here we go. Here he is already in second place. Here comes Matt has joined in. So Jim Shady. So J-Mac, that's the one that's going to matter. See where he's at. We have not got any fuel added into these cars. English Andy, I believe, did not take any fuel, and Matt has fuel left. He did not take any. And you can see him up ahead. So English Andy does come back out in third place, but he is significantly back. And just as we suspected, I saw him taking that entrance a little wide, so he did get a pit entrance penalty of 3 seconds. So he did not adhere to the regulations of the pit entrance. So he will drop back another 3 seconds. But that will... He's safe. It just puts him further behind Jim Shady. It's SBR here in the lead by 5 seconds. As he scrapes his butt across the wall there. Jim Shady here probably got the bit between his teeth trying to get back up towards the front of the field where he was most of the race. And English Andy here in third place. So that's what happens with these showroom stock races. Once you get the different strategies, the different pit stops and everything, then everything kind of gets spread out a little bit. And then not a whole lot of racing going on. Just hoping not to make any mistakes. A little tire dirt there. So after all the pit stops, let's run through our field. We have SBR here in first place. Jim Shady in second place. And then we've got English Andy here in third. Matt in fourth with a beautiful sunset behind him. J-Mac here in fifth place. GDM Snob in sixth place. Trying to track down J-Mac. Chevy here in seventh. Rotten Kraut here in eighth place. Don P in ninth. Ray Barago in 10th. And then we've got Master Plumber here in 11th place. Is he just trying to... I think he was just trying to get out of everybody's way there. That front fender's seen a little better days. And that rotary engined Mazda. SBR here in first place. Let's go on board with our driver here. See what he can Been doing some drifting here in some of these corners. Coming up the hill is shouldn't be drifting through these. And into 17 here, and then heavy braking across the bridge into number 18. There we go. Looks like you can see Don P up ahead. On the accelerator coming downhill. Believe he probably has a sport transmission with the amount of time between those shifts. Tires screaming for grip through there. Keep it off the dirt, keep it off the dirt. There you go. Slamming into those curbs. So well done there. So let's see what it looks like from the front seat of the Ferrari. And Jim Shady going purple through there, through that section. Trying to control that rear end, keep it from getting out from underneath him there. Got a bunch of understeer. Definitely pushing through that corner 5 seconds ahead of his SVR. Looks like that's Don P ahead of him probably. Through those gated gear changes. And red line. It's almost not worth the upshift. Okay, let's see here. We got another Subaru here in third place. Sorry about that. See here, your Nissan. The top of those pop-up headlights. Love me some pop-up headlights. Modulating that throttle to keep it on the road there through that twisty bit. These cars, it is not full throttle, that's for sure. See this Cosworth, look at that. I see the little dial on the left-hand side in the middle. That's your turbo pressure that blips up and down as you go. It's got no pressure now, there it goes. Alright, let's see who else we've got here. We've got JDM's now been a MR2. We'll follow him through here since he's actually got a little bit of battle here for JMac. JMac going a little wide through there. Toyota power versus Ford Cosworth power. Got a little turbo boost dial there in the middle too. Down the front stretch here, across the start finish line to start lap number 19. We are slowly winding down, so maybe we better get to the lead car here. 1 minute and 28 seconds left in this race. SBR is solidly in the lead here by 7 seconds over the Testarossa. I believe he will have another lap left. So these first three may do an extra lap compared to some of the field here. Okay, looks like everybody is just now going across the finish line. So this will be the... Well, no, I think we've got... there we go. That's Don P. We'll look at him. I think he will actually make it. He's in 9th place. So I think he will make it across to do one more lap. So there we go. So, okay, so we are set here to possibly see SBR go through. He's got about 5 seconds to get through here, so he will do one more lap. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So he will do one more lap. Here we go. Here is Jim Shady coming across in 2nd place. I guess he slowed down so that he was safe. 2nd place is Jim Shady. English Andy here will be taking 3rd place. Ray Barago in 10th place. Comes Matt in 4th. 5th place will be JDM Snob, J-Mac right behind him. TPC Chevy in 7th. And we got the Volvo Estate Wagon coming across 7th place. Rotten Crowd in the 911. Coming up the hill through 17, 18. He is in the final corner now. Getting ready to come across. In 8th place. And there we have it. 8th place for Rotten Crowd. Mr. Plumber coming across in 11th place. See, we've got Don P. will be going across the line before SBR, so we still have a little bit of time left. 56 seconds left on this race before the clock runs out. Don P. coming across in 9th place. And then here we are, SBR coming across the line to put everybody one lap below him in 1st place. So there you have it. We have the final results of this race. Victory going to SBR 22 with the undercut strategy to take 1st place over top of not Jim Shady. So SBR comes across the line in 1st place with the fastest lap of 2:03. He started in 2nd place, not Jim Shady in 2nd place. English Andy with 3rd place, Matt 4th, JDM Snob in 5th, J-Mac 6th, TPC Chevy in 7th, Rotten Crowd in 8th, Don P 9th, Ray Barago in 10th, and Master Plumber in 11th place. So I believe that will put not Jim Shady, I believe, into the champion as the champion for this. So that was a fun little series there. Last week was quite a crazy race on that little short track, but this was more of a straightforward racetrack and straightforward race. A little bit of pit strategy, and SBR was able to take the win there over top of Jim Shady. So good series. We have another new series coming up next, and that will be a multi-class series, I believe, with the new hypercars and the GR3s. So those are always a good, exciting race because you have two races in one, and they do tend to get caught up in some of those other tracks. So this is what we are looking at next week, I guess, is Monza, the GR1 hypercars, and the GR3s. Multi-class, same format, 10-minute, probably different format. I think what we do is you send out the one group, they go out in one by one, do a lap, initial lap, and then do one flying lap, and then you're done. And then the next group comes in and does their laps. So that's what we're looking at next time. And so thank you for watching this race, and we will see you again next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end the show. The stream is over, I got to go. Now is not the time to be sad. I'll be back, there's more streaming to be had. Fast Ginger will bring the best with an entertainment fest where friends are made and good times never fade. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you like, you can't even get notified.